Hey guys, what's up? lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the brand new 2018 fantasy adventure action film Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. Written by J.K. Rowling, directed by David Yates. Second installment into the Fantastic Beasts series. Should be 5 films. They announced 5 films. We'll see if they push it further. This movie was long, and it was a filler movie. And what I mean by filler movie is that it gives a lot of important information for what's to come. So you see a lot of character development for what's to come. So we have our Fantastic Four from New York City that we see mingling in the first Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. You have Newt Scamander, you have Tina and Queenie Goldberg, and you have Jacob Kowalski. So we start in New York, then we go to London, then we go to Paris, then we go to Austria. So that's the 4 places, 4 countries that this movie takes place. Austria is the very, very final spot. And what's interesting is certain timelines. This takes place in 1927 in the Wizarding World universe. So it's 6 months after the first movie. Credence is alive. He's in Paris trying to find out his lineage, his parents. Everyone thinks he's a Lestrange, but it turns out he's not a Lestrange. Grindelwald, escapes New York, goes to Paris because he wants Credence on his side, but then Dumbledore is aware that Credence is the only one who has the capability of killing Grindelwald, and Dumbledore can't kill Grindelwald because they dated in the past. Not explicitly said, not explicitly seen, but Dumbledore eventually at Hogwarts goes to the mirror and pulls the fabric down and sees his younger self mingling with younger self Grindelwald, and they make a blood oath that they can't fight against each other. But, they use their wands, cut their hands, blood circulates, creates this little pendant thing, but then their hands go like this, and then they clasp, and someone at one point from the British Ministry of Magic says to Dumbledore, I know you guys were close like brothers, and Dumbledore's like, no, we were closer than brothers. And then it just solidified, what J.K. said years ago, that Dumbledore was gay. So it was nice seeing a touch of that from a 1927 perspective. So we'll see if there is a showdown between the two of them. We'll see what Credence's purpose is with joining, Grindelwald's side. The final, auditorium scene of, Grindelwald having a rally, talking to his supporters and trying to get people on his side was interesting because I had flashbacks to Season 1 of Legend of Korra when Amon was doing his Equalist rallies. That's literally what it felt like. It was an Equalist rally. You had benders as witches and wizards. So it was interesting. It was very interesting having the comparison. I'm sure I'm not the only one who saw that. I really liked that Eddie Redmayne, who plays Newt Scamander, going around the interviewing circuits, was explaining how Newt is autistic. So he has some level of autism, and we always expected that in the first movie, but it was nice to hear him actually say it within the interviews, because it's certain characteristics that the character has, and the awkwardness, the no touchiness, the doesn't want to look directly down. Of course, there's different levels of autism, but I think how Newt is being portrayed by Eddie is very important to see on the screen, A, and B, Eddie can do anything. Eddie is a great, fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, perfect actor who has awesome freckles. So it's nice to see him being this character and then seeing, what else happens. Of course, there was more Fantastic Beasts. We had Chinese beasts. We had Japanese beasts. We had the Niffler, who's the mascot, along with Pickett, coming about. The big twist really was, Credence turns out to be a Dumbledore because a Phoenix happens to be at his side at the end in Austria. But there's no other mention of a 4th Dumbledore sibling. There's only 2, and then Ariana, who dies, and I don't know. Like I said, this is a filler movie. There's a lot of information that was given to us in a very long time. It was a 2-hour and 15-minute movie, something like that. A lot of information happened. So we'll see. We'll see what happens 2 years from now when the third movie comes out. Whatever it is. I actually don't like Johnny Depp as Grindelwald because it's too close to him playing Sweeney Todd. It's the same gruff voice that he uses. Normally in every role he takes, he puts on a different persona, a different voice. But Sweeney Todd and Grindelwald is the same. It's the same acting. It's the same voice. It's the same movements. And I don't really like that. I like that Johnny normally changes per character, but this one it's just really physical appearance. Otherwise, it's just Sweeney Todd with a haircut and heterochromia and wizardry. Of course, Johnny Depp is a great actor, but it's too much like Sweeney Todd, and we saw that 10 years ago. I wanted something a little different. I'm nitpicking. That's it. Have you guys seen Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald? What do you think? Do you like the Dumbledore stuff? Do you like the Credence stuff? Do you like the Newt stuff? Do you like the Queenie and Tina stuff? What do you like? I like the whole traveling the world bit. Well, most of Europe, but it was good. Was it my favorite? No. But I really liked the jumping back and forth on timelines. I thought that was really smart. That's all I got. Mucho mahalo, guys.